everybody, Gamer Penny here, bringing you another episode of our Final Fantasy XIV Online Let's Play, and we are back with Vesper. Today, we're going to continue on where we left off, by going into the main hall entrance. Now, it's been a little while in between recording this and the last episode, well, the first episode of the series, because I caught the Rona. Go figure, I catch it as soon as it becomes a world emergency, but I caught it, and so I was not feeling well for a little while, but I'm feeling much better now. But just in case we start coughing or losing our voice in the middle of it, please forgive me. But let's go ahead and continue on. Talk to Cryle. Feeling refreshed and alert? Our colleagues should be wandering in soon, so I suggest we stay here and wait for them to join us. Alright, Cryle. I love her new Fantasia and glamour. Urianger.
Pray forgive me. I was delayed.
It's fine, Urianger. We're all here now.
Let's get down to business then, shall we? Come what may, we must prevent the Telophoroid's plans from coming to fruition. At present, I see two paths for gathering the information which may aid us in achieving that goal. The first involves an investigation into the change which has come over Sharlayan, not to mention the recent inscrutable behavior of the Forum. As most of you know, the 99 members of the Forum are elected from the general populace. This alone guarantees a plethora of opinion with regards to foreign policy. The bibliotheques, for example, are a group of conservatives which would have Sharlayan focus on recording history, while remaining entirely uninvolved in the making of it. And at the other extreme, we have advocates for proactive diplomacy and direct intervention. My grandfather Galef was one such member, as was Archon Louisois. Yet despite our diverse factions and philosophies, the recent vote to deny Eorzea's request for assistance was unanimous. Even more concerning was the fact that many cited other, more pressing duties as justification for their recalcitrance.
Recalcitrant?
Fortuno's refusal in Gridania had those same undertones. 'Twas as if, having stared unblinking into the face of impending doom, he had simply turned away to pursue something more important. But what could that possibly be?
A mystery indeed, and one which I ask for your help to solve. Our future may depend on it. As for our second potential path, it concerns a request made directly to the students of Baldessian.
Okay.
Our organization was founded primarily to study strange and unexplained phenomena the world over. Mysterious relics and ruins, arcane disturbances, and so forth. Compared to our more isolationist Sharlayan colleagues, we have strong connections overseas, namely with scholars and academics who share our passion for the unknown.
I'm looking at the pictures and trying to figure out what each of these is. This one's really interesting over here. The dragon one.
The request in question comes from one such acquaintance, Nidana, an alchemist residing in distant Thavnair.
Okay.
Her missive describes the sudden appearance of a tower, and the subsequent summoning of what I can only assume is a lunar primal. In response to this threat, the Satrap of Radzat-Han, the individual who governs the city-state, has instructed the alchemists to find a means to deal with the spire.
The artisans of that land are heirs to an ancient tradition, one rather unlike that of their Uldan counterparts. 'Tis possible, nay, probable, that they have gleaned truths unattainable by Eorzea or her Far Eastern allies.
They do, in fact, appear to have a strategy in mind, though it will require further research. To that end, They have requested an introduction to a capable warrior shielded by the blessing of light.
Us?
Assuming we divide our forces to pursue both of Kral's lines of inquiry, then having you join the group heading to Thavnair would seem the obvious choice. But the investigation in Sharlayan is of vital importance as well. Equal, I think, to the Thavnarian one, given that the fate of the world may hinge on the results of both.
Yes, it is quite the quandary. Though it is a great imposition and an altogether too common one, our efforts would be more likely to succeed were you to lead the charge on both fronts.
Cloning device? You want me to clone myself? Look at us, we're like, okay.
You are indeed our champion. As to which task to tackle first, we will defer to your decision. Let us next decide how everyone else might best be assigned. As for myself, I shall continue what I've begun in Sharlayan. I should also like to steal the services of an Archon or two.
And thereby gain access to a greater range of reading material. I will help with that.
Allow me to offer my assistance. I have some small amount of experience in the field of research.
Alize and I would also like to help, if you would have us.
Anything to understand even a fraction of what our father and the Forum might be thinking.
Okay.
Of course, the more the merrier.
Right. The rest of us will make the journey to Thavnair. Thoughts? Objections?
I passed through Thavnair on my way to infiltrate the Empire, and though I'm not qualified to give a guided tour, I did gain a sense of where things lie.
I'll be happy to have you along then. So for this group, it will be you, me, and Urianger.
What a power group. The dads.
Give me a moment afterwards, and I'll supply you with all the details of Nadana's request. Consider this hall our rendezvous point once our respective tasks are complete. May our investigations prove fruitful.
We look so cool. I'm still getting used to how we look, but I think we look awesome. Alright, we got a horse chestnut chest gear coffer. Bow, bow, bow. Alright, let me try that. 515? Oh, 530. I don't need it on this. Okay. Cryo? Excuse me. An unsettling change has come over Sharlayan, but together we will divine the underlying cause for the Forum's callousness. As I mentioned before, however, questioning the counselors directly is a fruitless endeavor. They seem to have already come to a consensus as to what and how little they are willing to divulge. Which is why I began scouring Sharlayan's archive of historical records for any hint of a connection to the final days. Suffice it to say that progress has been slow. There are only so many dusty pages one can skim in a day, but now that I have this band of willing reinforcements, the search should proceed all the swifter. Let us reconvene outside Numenon, shall we? Exit the annex to the right, and you'll find the archives on the western edge of the woods. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, and then you. This Amra Lassie. I have Kryle's instructions in hand. If you are ready to set out, then so are we. Having been to Thavnair before, I can travel by aetherite, but what of the rest of you? Another sea voyage would waste time we do not have. Kryle was of the same mind, and has already secured the aid of the good folk of the Confluence. We'll take ourselves there. Confluence, thou sayest? I'm afraid so, my friend. Thou wilt recall the hunt for Iceheart, unto whose sanctuary we delivered thee, owing to the knowledge of our comrade Moonbreda. Moonbreda was an authority on aetherology, a field of study she did embark upon in pursuit of her parents' example. Both are authorities in their own right, and both are researchers at the Confluence. Haven't you gone to see them yet? I attempted to do so earlier, but to my shame, my courage failed me at the last. As it hath the many times I thought to reach out to them after sending that fateful letter. Neither time nor introspection have revealed unto me the words I should speak, and thus have I kept my silence. Whether you come with us or no is your choice and yours alone. If it is too difficult, we'll manage. Thou art kind to say so, but I have no intention of forsaking our cause. I shall go to the Confluence, and I shall face that which hath long been overdue. If it's settled, then let us be off. When we arrive, we should look for a researcher named Kite. Oh, I'm excited for Endwalker. I'm excited to play through this. There's just so much I'm remembering going through this. Alright, which one should we do first? Thavnair bound. Let's do this one first. Up here? Hello, Kite. Well, now, this is rather a lot of stern faces, and are my library books overdue again? Not to our knowledge. We're associates of Cryle of the students of Baldessian. We seek passage to Thavnair and understand you can assist us. Ah, the test subjects. Welcome, welcome. Test subjects? Oh, you hadn't heard? Well, then allow me to explain. So in order to travel to an aetherite, you ordinarily need to be attuned to it beforehand. Otherwise, you can't use it as a beacon to seek out while you're in a mess of aether hurtling along the life stream. An inconvenient but incontrovertible limitation of aetherite teleportation. What if I were to tell you that there's a way to travel to an aetherite without being attuned to it? A way to teleport instantly to places you've never been. For long years, we've labored to make such travel possible that people might move about more freely. And we've finally done it. We've created a new kind of aetherite that doesn't require attunement. Truly, that changes everything. Well, my language may have been a bit misleading. The user need not attune to these aetherites, but the aetherites themselves must have been pre-attuned to each other, thereby facilitating travel between the 2 points. But it just so happens that our first test pair of aetherites, one has been installed here in Sharlayan, and the other over in Yedlamad, a port town in Thavnair. As you know, our nation has long maintained strong ties with Radzat-Han, and indeed we owe much of this breakthrough to the contributions of their alchemists. So to sum up, we're to test these aetherites. How fortuitous for you. I should mention that an accident has impaired my ability to channel Aether. Will this be a problem? Not at all. As a matter of fact, you might say these aetherites were made for people like your good self. The magics imbued within will whisk you away without any effort on your part. Veritable dream come true, and far be it from me to worry about such things, but do we have permission to make use of your shiny new invention? The only permission required is yours, so assuming you're willing, we're all set. It may come as a surprise, but we actually struggled to find test subjects. Most people seem to have an unreasonable fear of their souls gradually disintegrating as they drift helplessly in the lifestream, in the statistically unlikely event that something goes awry. But it's plain that you aren't most people. Mrs. Cryle truly knows how to pick 'em. If I were to change the subject, are Master Wolfson and Mistress Blowita not present today? Oh, you didn't hear? They recently resigned their posts. Their expertise was needed elsewhere. A large-scale project helmed by the Forum itself, as I understand, but I'm not privy to the details. I see. Any other questions? No? Then let's get going before you change your minds. Please see to your preparations and head outside to the Aetherite Plaza. I'll be along shortly. Alright, we're gonna go to Thavnair first. Oh, I forgot I'm not on Jenova. I was like, where's Mint Dew? On Jenova, there's always a cat girl dancing right here called Mint Dew. That's how I always know that I'm on the home world, but I'm not on there anymore. I'm on Halicarnassus right now. Pretty soon we'll be going back to Jenova, I think.
Right, we're all set.
Okay.
Just the four of you, was it?
Except Justinian, he said he wasn't going to.
3. I'm already attuned to the crystal in Thavnair.
You are? Oh. I would have preferred more test subjects. Oh, well, never mind. If our 3 travelers could line up here, please.
Oh boy.
Yes, right there is fine. Take a deep breath, and I'll soon have you soaring through the ether.
Is that Lisa's voice actress?
Oh, and one last thing. You might experience a teensy-weensy touch of violent ethereal sickness. Good luck!
Oh, what?
What?
I love how Urianger is just like, Thancred freaks out and Urianger just starts thinking about it. Alright, away we go. From old Sharlayan. Bloop. To Radzat Han. Bloop. Not Radzat Han. Yeah, that's the whole place is called that. No, the whole place is called Thavnair.
Thavnair, home to city-state Radzat Han.
There.
Rising from the southeast waters of the Bounty, this Isle of Plenty served as the battleground for a conflict between 2 peoples. Their cultures bled into one another until a unique amalgamation was distilled from the chaos, in a process not unlike their precious alchemy. Once solidified as a single nation, an adamant stance of neutrality would hold invaders at bay. For a time.
We're about to get violently
across
sick.
This vibrant isle creeps a fog of malice. What choice do you have? What chance?
Urianger, you good? Oh, I love the music.
Against such an insidious foe.
Bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum ba bum. You okay, Thancred? Oh, look at him in the fetal position.
I've seen fairer faces after a bout of bad shellfish. Let me bring you something to drink. That should help settle your bellies.
Thanks, Estinian. I love this. Is my favorite part. It's so good.
There was a note with Kryle's instructions. Don't let Estinian roam the markets alone. He's alarmingly bad with coin.
Uh-oh. I can do this. Manage to will yourself to your feet, but given your condition, will you be able to reach Estinian in time? It's so good. It's so good. Oh gosh. Okay, Estinian's over there. Do. Wait, can I attune to the Aether? Are we already attuned? Let's attune real quick. Estinian, wait! Ugh. My stomach. Wait! You there, I need 3 drinks, something that helps with Aether sickness. But by the Mansua, a traveler. Greetings. Greetings and welcome. You are wise, good sir, to come to me. My special Amra lassie, made with only the finest and freshest ingredients, is famed for calming unruly bellies. By way of a warm welcome to Thavnair, I'm pleased to offer it to you for the low price of 19,800 gil. For not 1, not 2, but 3 bottles. A bargain amongst bargains. Price is high road robbery, and you want to say as much to Estinian, but you realize any words of warning you cry out would be accompanied by your last meal. You must stand before Estinian and, using gestures, deny that the deal is fair. Estinian? Don't do it. I thought you could barely stand. What do you need to tell me that's so urgent? Wait, I shouldn't buy the lassie? This merchant is swindling me. Oh, wow! Sincerest apologies, sir, but I appear to have my prices confused. It's actually 1,890 gil for the 3 bottles of lassie. That confusion would have been quite costly for both of us. Very well, then, your coin. Still seems like highway robbery. I guess I do have 1 million. Here, a bottle for each of you. Take them to the others and get some rest. I'll be back after I've explored the town. Okay, but no buying stuff, Estinian. Alright, let's get back. Oh, you're making me sick. Urianger! Got something for you, babe. Ooh, he's not doing well. Here you go. Praise be to the 12, my stomach doth loosen its death grip. My heartfelt thanks to thee and Estinian, and to the fine fruits of this land. Thancred, you were in time? Excellent. You've spared us Tataru's wrath. Here, drink this, buddy. Sweet, sweet release. If you haven't already, you should have yours too. Right, I'm ready to get on with it. That lassie truly worked wonders. Back on your feet, I see. The hair. Uh-oh, what'd he do? Oh, yeah. I've bound it. 'Tis the most I could do against the heat, short of shedding my armor. May I ask where you got the cord for it? A local vendor. Man said it's a Thavnarian weave, tough and not easily unraveled. How much did it cost? 9,400 gil. A steal, I was told. 'Tis nothing fancy, but I've always valued function over form. 9,400. That's incredible. I dare say not even Alfino could hold a candle to you. Are all Hainish merchants so unscrupulous? One mustn't be too quick to paint a diverse people with a single brush. If such doth prove to be commonplace, I would presume it symptomatic of societal instability. Claiming Thavnair as its dominion, the nation of Rads at Han hath long thrived as a hub of commerce. In the beginning, there were the Arcasadara, a Mantanga tribe indigenous to this island. Over time, they came to be joined by other races, and through their intermingling, a culture rich and distinct did emerge. From alchemy to textiles, the products of Hainish culture have come to be celebrated and coveted the world over, a development only aided by the nation's prime location as a waypoint betwixt east and west. All of this hath combined to make a trading power of Rads at Han, yet such a status cannot be taken for granted. Nay, it must needs be maintained through judicious governance and stringent regulation. Neither of which I see any evidence, given the merchants at a gateway town are free to fleece hapless travelers and tarnish the reputation of the nation at large. Just so, that opportunistic pricing is rampant doth suggest that oversight is much weakened, or mayhap that the people have fallen upon hard times. Whatever the truth may be, 'twould be prudent to ascertain the current state of affairs. Prudent and practical, aye. We've not to lose by learning more. So ere we seek out Cryle's acquaintance, shall we see what information we can gather here in I'm gonna say this wrong. Yedlimad? Excellent. We didn't exactly get off to a flying start, but we'll make up for it. Yeah, give me that lassie. Alright, Thancred. 515 gear, but we're like completely 5... Oh, except for our feet. And our hands. Feet and hands. And all accessories. Okay. Right, let us split up and make inquiries in town. Vesper, the pier is yours. Once we have learned what we can, we regroup by the aetherite, off-putting though the mere sight of it may be. Alright, first things first, we need a new minion out. What'd we get? I don't like him. I don't mean so yokai. What do we get? Okay, that's fine. Alright. Bum bum bum. Let's go over this way. Be down there. Crate of fruit. The crate is laden with fruits, but they are on the verge of spoiling, as if they have been left too long. Okay. Hold on. Here. Where's the last thing? Is it over there? Gazing out from the pier, you spy boats moored off nearby isles, with the silhouettes of larger seafaring vessels farther away. Compared to other ports you have visited in the past, there appears to be very little activity. Janelio? What am I doing? Oh, recording my sales. Still do it daily out of habit, though I don't know why I bother. Hardly sell anything these days. Business has never been this terrible, but I suppose things could be even worse. I could have a consortium to keep afloat, like Kalzal. I don't envy his position. Better to be alone with my little operation, I've come to realize. You're a traveler by the looks of you. If you have a moment, perhaps you could pay Kalzal a visit. He'd be glad for tidings from abroad. Like as not, you'll find him at the Saltwind Sails, the harbor guild building across the water from here. Is that, that must be the last thing then. Oh no, there's one right here. And Endwalker music makes me want to cry every time I hear it. Well now, if it isn't a traveler, you're a rare sight in these unsettled times. People have been giving us a wide berth since that accursed tower suddenly appeared on Nurinair. If it just stood there and loomed ominously, perhaps things would be fine after a fashion, but no, it had to spawn fell fiends as well. We still have our lives thanks to the Radiant Host, but business is as good as dead. What'll become of us? Only the gods know. Okay. And then we want to go over here. Man, we're in for such a wild ride. I love it. The Dalmaskins aren't coming, but we already have everything they ordered. What are we supposed to do with it? I don't know, but yelling at me isn't gonna help. All I know is that their plans have changed, and that's that. Look, you must have known this might happen. The Empire is at war with itself, and the provinces are in chaos. And then there's a tower sitting on our doorstep spitting out monstrosities. The city has its defensives, but we've been afforded no protection out here. We can't blame foreigners for not wanting to take the risk. God, but this will be an enormous loss. Alright, forget about the Dalmaskins. Surely some ships are still coming. We have fresh produce, handicrafts, medicines, all the perennial Hainish favorites. Our consortium works closely with merchants and artisans to supply only the finest wares. Quality is guaranteed. I know all these things, Kalzal, I do. Which is why I regret to say I have nothing for you. All voyages have been cancelled or indefinitely postponed. And you are? Wait, you're a foreigner, are you not? A merchant. Please tell me you're a merchant. I see. That's a shame. I'm sorry, but we're discussing important matters. If you need something, please talk to one of the others. Excuse me? My name is Matsia, and I'm here to see Kalzal. Oh, it seems he's busy. I'll come back later then. Dude, you missed the opportunity here. Alright, Kalzal. Oh, COVID. Matsia! Yes? Can I help you? Ah, I remember seeing you back in the guild. You wanted to speak with Kalzal too, did you? I'm Matsia, a fisherman of Akyali in a nearby village. I sell my catch to Kalzal, who offers it to foreign merchants, but he hasn't bought anything for a while now. When I heard that the consortium had been struggling, I became worried and decided to come and see him. Just as soon as he's free, anyway. He's a hard-working man, and I dare not disturb him. Alright, give me these gloves. We'll put those on in a little bit. If I may ask, what is it that you do? An adventurer, you say, and you travel the world helping people. Then that must mean you're great at dealing with strangers. Please, won't you teach me to be like you? You see, I've brought some fresh fish with me, the portion I couldn't preserve, and I want to sell them. Problem is, I'm terrible with people. I've only ever dealt with Kelzal, and I can't talk to customers without getting my trunk in a twist. So please, as silly as it might sound, will you not peddle the fish in my stead and show me how it's done? If you're willing, please let me know and we can begin at once. Okay. You'll do it then? Show me how to deal with customers? I'm in your debt. Right. Please try peddling our fish to, say, shall we say 3 people here in Yeldamad? I will observe you and learn. Pumping us. Blah, blah, blah. Alright, there's someone down here. Matsya. Veruna. Yes? Fish, I got fish here. Fresh fish, straight from the sea's bosoms to your mouth. I'm sure your bosom fish are very fresh. But this is rather sudden. I don't need any fish right now, so thanks, but no thanks. Failed to make a sale. Never mind, it never goes well the first time. I'm sure you'll fare better with the next customer. You failed this? Like, do they want to buy fish? What's this guy? Oh, it's just a guy. A guy in a mount. Alright, Nashreen. A hawker, are you? Do you sell fruit by chance? If so, I want to buy some amra. Let's say a dozen. They don't need to be export quality. Amra shmamra, my fresh fish is the only thing you need. What do you need so many amra for? Why, for eating, of course. It may seem like a lot, but of late I go through that much in no time at all. I am a stock taker by trade, but with no vessels coming these days, the wares are beginning to pile up. By the same token, nothing is coming in from overseas. But not a day goes by that someone doesn't come asking when the next shipment is arriving for this and that and this and that. All of it wears me down and I find myself feeling constantly hungry. I know how you feel. Thank you. I pity you don't sell fruit, but I enjoyed our little chat. It took my mind off my troubles for a moment. Oh, I thought that would work. Never mind. Nothing else, you left her with a positive impression. Let's move on to the north side of town, shall we? Buy my fish. Should have said Amra Shmamra. That's how you get through to people. Alright, where is this next? Up here somewhere. Bazama! Buy my fish! What is it? If you don't mind, I'm rather busy. Oh, God, my stomach! Ugh! You okay, my dude? Aether sickness? No, nothing so unusual. In my hurry to get back to work, I just ate a little too quickly. Some fresh fish will settle your stomach, and mine are the freshest of all. Oh, and food is the last thing I need right now. Go and sell your fish to someone else. Shoot. No one wants my fish. Never mind, we just approached him at a bad time, and timing is everything, yes? Thank you so much for your demonstration. It was truly eye-opening experience. Come, let us return to the pier. Why does nobody want my fish? Alright, Mattia. Let's get back. Bum-ba-dum-ba-dum-ba. What's going on right there? Thinkred, are you flirting over here? What do you got to say for yourself? Folk here are rather business-minded, for want of a better word, but at least they are welcoming of foreigners. In ordinary times, this harbor must overflow with visitors from all over the world. Where's Estinian? I don't know where Estinian went. Alright, well, let's go back here. Sorry, Mattia. We didn't sell your fish. Thank you so much for showing me how to talk to customers. Though you didn't manage to sell any fish in the end, but the way you fearlessly approach strangers gave me such courage. When I peddle my wares, I'll remember your example and endeavor to be fearless too. Still, there's only so much I can do alone. I hope that things will return to normal for Kelzel soon. I thought I heard a familiar voice, and who should it be but Mattia? Kelzel, have you finished your business at the guild? So you were there too. Forgive me, try as I might, I can't find any buyers. No ships coming in and hardly any going out, there simply aren't any options. At this rate. So you can't buy my fish anymore? I'm sorry, Mattia, I truly am, but for now you must peddle your own goods. But by myself, I can't. I want to help you, I do. But as it stands, I can barely help myself. I've poured my all into the consortium, and I'll be damned if I let it fall apart. I have friends and families depending on me, and I won't fail them. The sisters as my witness. Kelzel. Not to worry. Using what I've learned from you, I'm sure I'll manage somehow. Well, I had best return to my village. My thanks again, and please take care on the road. Bye. Right. Meet with Thancred again. Thancred, Uriange, Dinian, how are you? I see you've been busy. Managed to learn a tidbit or two, I trust. I see. We also heard that the tower is affecting many locals' livelihoods, but to think that it would be to such an extent. For another notable, if not wholly unexpected, discovery, disappearances, and kidnappings are disturbingly commonplace. As before, the culprits are almost certainly tempered Imperial soldiers. And as before, they mean to use the faith of their hapless thralls to call forth a lunar primal. Business as usual for the Telafari. Stinian? That Mattia fellow you were helping, he's Arkasodara, is he not? Apparently 'tis almost exclusively his people that are being kidnapped. Should he be traveling alone? If summoning is their perpetrator's aim, it doth stand to reason that Arkasodara would be their primary targets. For 'tis the faith of their ancestors which prevaileth in this land, and many are devout adherents still. We'd better go after him. Achiali lies to the west, as I recall, the same direction as Kryle's acquaintance, incidentally. It's settled then. Keep your eyes peeled while we make for the village. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and end here then. And when we come back, we will go up there, make sure Matzia makes it back to his village in one piece. So guys, I want to thank you so much for all of your support on this series. If you do want to see more of the Final Fantasy XIV online Let's Play, make sure to leave a like or subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. Alright, bye-bye everyone.